All right, in my last video, I did a kind of a two-part series going over building a AR lower receiver. This right here is going to be the completed project, and I'll go over it a bit. We're using a AGM Rattler thermal scope. It's going to be used for hunting hogs and everything. Did some color inlay on it. Added some M-lock little filler plugs to keep it lightweight and low profile. Went with the backup sights on it and everything. Went with just a basic push pin sling. It does lock into place and doesn't rotate or anything. And we did a little bit of color inletting on both sides of it, just kind of make it blend together a bit. It's going to be a 300 Blackout with a 1 1/8 twist, which should work out well with the 16-inch barrel. Does have a pistol length gas tube on it and everything, and just a regular buffer that should be a good combination for it. Sometimes if you go with shorter barrels or higher velocities and stuff like that, you need to change out the rear buffer. But in this case right here, this should be spec'd out pretty well. If there's any issues, it'd be easy to swap out some parts and everything, but I don't think we're gonna have any issues with it. Go inside and look a little deeper into it. All right, so we ended up doing the build on these, my other video, assembling the strip lower receivers. I don't know if you can see that well, but there is a slight stake to the castle nuts. I didn't want to stake it too hard because I don't know if anything needs to be changed later on it, but it is staked enough that where it's not going to rotate loose. You're going to have to apply a little bit of force to get it loose. Also did some color inletting with fingernail polish. I may do a video on that, but basically just coating the parts with fingernail polish, letting it dry, adding a couple more coats, make sure it's filled in, a little bit overfilled, and then non-acetone nail polish remover will help you take off the color, and it'll end up leaving the parts filled in. If you use acetone, you're going to get a bunch of white wash. It's going to look real ugly, so make sure it's non-acetone. Use makeup rounds or something like that that can kind of give a smooth wiping surface and everything, but it's a pretty easy procedure. Put backup iron sights on here. I did have to trim them ever so slightly to make sure that there's clearance for the scope and everything that mounts on here. Did end up adding some handrail fillers. The ultimate goal is to kind of keep these lightweight, but also protect the aluminum handguard and everything. And the front and rear sights are just backups. Primarily, it's just going to be used with thermals. And for hunting hogs, it works really well. I'll try and go through with my camera and show you some of the parts that we hit pins and stuff in to show you how the ultimate results turned out and everything. Use my phone to hopefully give you a little bit of detail as far as how it came out and where we ended up punching in the roll pins and how the finish came out. But overall, I think it came out pretty well for, like I said, just being a basic garage build. But the roll pins overall are pretty decent where we put them in at. Like I said, we can see the overall finish. Everything's pretty good, not badly marred up or anything. Didn't use any tape or anything like that. Just kind of went and put it all together. Bonus question, I'll answer this maybe in another video, but if you know what the little hole right there is for, kind of an interesting little thing. A lot of people aren't aware of what that little hole's for and everything. But just to go over and give you a little bit of an idea of what this ultimately ends up looking like and everything. But like I said, I built these to go through and use for hunting and varmint control out on a farm, and I think with the 300 Blackout and the thermals, it's going to work out really well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Cav Cop out.